It's news time. Information is power. Be current. The news headline: Should President Muhammadu Buhari demilitarize the southeast region during this period? Another armed group known as Angry Vipers has surfaced in the eastern part of Nigeria. In a viral video, the heavily armed gang threatened to target key political holders and business moguls in the region if the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazen Kanu, is not released from the custody of the Department of State Security Service within 21 days. Ubina Inyegbu, better known as Obi Kubana, a well-known socialite and Anambra business mogul, was threatening in this viral video. The masked gunmen were seen in the footage by a river armed with AK-47 rifles and other lethal weaponry. The southeast has recently become a battleground for security personnel and gunmen accused of being members of the banned indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. The rampaging attacks have killed dozens of police officers and set to fire a number of public facilities in order to restore peace and stability in the region. The Nigerian army has begun the exercise Golden Dawn. The military has recorded a remarkable victory against the gunmen after Operation Golden Dawn was launched. The armed group's formation coincided with significant individuals and groups calling for the demilitarization of the region's southeast. Some contestants in the recently ended Anambra State gubernatorial election had earlier urged President Muhammadu Buhari to evacuate troops from the east in order to restore peace and stability. President Muhammadu Buhari was also urged by Uwanizi Indibu to demilitarize the region. In my opinion, the demand for the demilitarization of the east during this time period is unjustified and absurd. The appearance of another armed group should stop calls for troops to be withdrawn from the region. At this moment, I advise the President Muhammadu Buhari not to listen to those advocating for the demilitarization of the East. Instead, the President should expand the number of troops stationed in this region. Supporters of Mr. Kanu seeking entry to the Federal High Court in Abuja were met by a pro-Nigerian group which accused the former of supporting Mr. Kanu and his desire for Nigeria's breakup. The former was speaking to journalists outside the court, accusing the government of injustice in Mr. Kanu's trial. They accused the federal government of secretly following Mr. Kanu before his arrest in Kenya, and they also claimed the government had barred Mr. Kanu's foreign lawyer and a few of his followers from appearing in court. While the pro-Biafra group was addressing the journalists, the pro-Nigerian group approached them with placards bearing various inscriptions. Nyako led court by the Nigerian government for charges bordering on terrorism. He was arrested in June, Kenya, and repatriated to Nigeria. The Kanu's lawyer had actually lamented being locked out of court, and the lawyer, Bruce Wayne, that is the American lawyer, had actually threatened to take up the case to the international court. Where on Wednesday, addressing journalists outside the court premises, the visibly infuriated lawyers said that they have lost trust in the ability of the court to deliver justice and would therefore take the case to an international court. I do not think we are going to continue with this court, and most likely we are going to take it out from here. By the virtue of what transpired today, I do not think we still trust in the ability of the court to deliver justice in this case, one of the lawyers, known as Ifeanyi Ejiofor, had said, complaining that today was the 5th time I was told I could not enter the courtroom, despite the court's previous order that Nnamdi Kanu could have access to any 3 persons he wanted to. Another lawyer, Bruce Wayne, lamented. It is clear 5 times that they are targeting me in particular, and that is the reason why this proceeding cannot transpire today. I am here to tell Nigerians that I am taking this to the international tribunal. It is clear that the Nigerian courts are compromised, Wayne added. Following the refusal by the operatives of the Department of State Services DSS to allow some of them access into the courtroom, some other lawyers who were within the courtroom staged a walkout. Consequently, Justice Binta Nyako had actually adjourned the case now to January 19, 2022. That the governors aren't bothered about possible conflicts that may mar the Anambra governorship election, but are deeply concerned about how to take political power by all means by winning the Anambra governorship seats by hook or crook. Therefore, the right group expressed consternation that since July, that the leadership of the IPOB was allegedly kidnapped by the Nigerian government from Kenya and brought back to Nigeria to continue his trial for an alleged treasonable felony for his role in the championing the campaign for self-determination in the southeast of Nigeria. The elected leaders of the southeast of Nigeria, that is the Igbo-speaking nationality, have yet to concretely convince the president to ban the IPOB and remove a ruinous tag of being a terrorist group slammed on the self-proclaimed unarmed IPOB. Uriwa said that instead of opting for peaceful negotiations and the adoption of non-kinetic steps by the federal government to douse the rising tension created by the detention of the leader of the IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the federal government and the southeast governors have largely adopted bellicose and confrontational military strategies to confront a situation that could have been resolved through peaceful and constructive means. It said that the recent moves by the federal government to militarize Anambra State, with the elections barely a few days away and the threat to call out the people of the southeast of Nigeria on a week-long sit-at-home protest made by the IPOB, is an unambiguous signal that the election in Anambra State would be characterized by bloodbath, which is what the right group is asking all and sundry to avert. The right group recalled that President Muhammadu Buhari had ordered a massive deployment of security agents in the Anambra State to ensure that under no circumstances will anything be allowed to stop the elections from taking place peacefully. The police had on October 14th announced that they would deploy 34,587 personnel to Anambra State to ensure peace during the poll, even as the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, had earlier hinted that the federal government was considering imposing a state of emergency in Anambra to ensure peaceful conduct of the poll. Also, the IPOB had declared a one-week sit-at-home protest across the southeast state starting from November 5, the eve of the governorship election in Anambra State. Also, the INEC had said that its commission is prepared. The commission had so far recruited and mobilized about 25,000 ad hoc staff that would man the 5,720 polling units in the southeast. Our preparations are on course, even with all the challenges we are facing, such as the attacks on our state office on May 23rd and the sit-at-home order, which is eating into our preparations. But we are doing our best to ensure that we overcome these challenges, and we can only urge the public to remain law-abiding in order to achieve the desired electoral success in the state, he said. The Apex Igbo Socio-Cultural Group had therefore appealed to the indigenous people of Biafra to revisit their declaration of a sit-at-home order for the 1 week during which the Anambra State governorship election will hold. The chairman of African Democratic Congress, Ralph Oke Umosu, feared that there may be not an election or there would be a flawed election. I heard the federal government has sent some security operatives to invade the southeast, and you ask why, where we have serious security challenge, the northeast, northwest, Kaduna, etc. You pulled the security personnel away from there, and you are taking them to Anambra for an election where there is supposed to be order, but the federal government is causing the disorder. The attitude of the government is causing serious disorientation of how a society should be.